Welcome. Good to see everybody. Still letting folks in. Great. Such a fun group. Oh my goodness. And I see a very special person who's usually a local goat who is on the Zoom. Hi, Jaime.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Great to see you all. I'll let folks continue as they're joining. I'll get my little notebook open.
Love your glasses.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Those are very cool.
Well, I'm actually alone. Nobody's home, just me and the dog. Nobody's mowing the lawn. So I was like, well, I'll do it at my dining room table. But then I remembered, oh, my glasses are upstairs next to the bed. So I was like, okay, I'll just grab these kooky ones.
They're not kooky. They look
They're
great.
good.
They're
They're
cool.
great.
They're actually cool.
They look great.
Well, thanks. Now
That reminds me of my sunglasses I just got with the glassy things on them. Make them look a little cool. You saw me in them the other day.
Yeah. They were like brand new when I saw you, I think.
Yeah. So did you get my text to show you that I finished the shawl because I gave it away?
Yeah, I did. Okay, good. I use that. So we're going to start a new thing with submitting a way to submit your finished objects because there will be prizes. We've started to identify because we have some in the shop, but we might also be adding to that. So I don't have prizes that I'm ready to share with you. But what I am going to send out in the next email, which will be not this week, next week, it'll come out, is a link to submit your finished object pictures with a form, with a Google form. So what's great about that is then it goes all the beautiful pictures will go directly into one folder for me. And I'm not losing track of who's sending me what on what thing. And then it also, and I was testing it. So when I looked at the picture, it has your name on it and everything. And then once the prizes are allocated, we'll get that associated with it too. But for now, know that that's coming. Probably by next Friday, we might know more about prizes. But anyway, it'll be a fun new thing to do. But yes, I got your picture. It was so, so pretty.
Yes, I gave it away last Thursday.
Okay, so I don't know if we'll be able to see this on mine, but I will pin myself. Spotlight.
Wow.
So this was that starry night shawl with a kit.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful.
So the section that has the yellows was doing the whatchamacallit, slip stitch that we did for the Grid Gambit. So that's why it makes it look like stars.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold up the one of you so you can see those. Let me zoom in a little. You can see those slip stitches.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
Pretty.
Yeah, I went to Canada.
Aw.
Yeah, my doctor is leaving my doctor's office and going back home to Canada. So I gave her this huge bag of yarn and the shawl and handcrafted cards that my sister painted. And so she went home I gave her 2 goodie bags full of yarn and so she would remember Maine. Aww. And gave her a lot of notions and such. And she was so flabbergasted. I thought I was going to make her cry.
Aw, well, that's really special. So special. Well, let's see. Does anybody want to give us a little update on their projects? No pressure. No pressure.
I will.
Gwen, I'll call on you, and then we'll go to Donna after Gwen.
Okay. I've been working on the baby blanket, making a great deal of progress. Not working on it now because it's in the 90s and it's just too big and too heavy to have on my lap. But the baby that it's for arrived a week and a half ago. So Graham Andrew Felt is here, and
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just a cute little tiny peanut right now, and he doesn't need a blanket that size. So I've got time. I've given myself a break and gone, take a break. It's okay. He doesn't need it yet. He won't need it for a while. It's okay
Yep.
that it's not finished, but he's here. So now I have somebody to make it for, you know. I've
I
got an
love,
actual little baby to hold. So
and so
so
he is grandbaby for you?
he's my great nephew.
Great nephew. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I pulled out my grid gambit and decided
Perfect.
that I would finish that up. I have about 20 rows to do. So,
Those
and then
last seem to like go real slowly, right?
yeah. And then in searching for a set of needles that I couldn't find, I found a little project bag that's got a sock that needs to be finished. So my list keeps growing and growing, but I'm working on
Oh my gosh, yes, I know. Isn't that annoying when you're like, oh, look at this bag. Oh no.
them.
All right. Well, that's great. And so working on the gambit. All right. So Donna, do you want to give us a little update next?
Well, I realized that I have 3 sweaters, a cowl, and 3 blankets on needles right now. So I've got a lot going on, but I have 2 grandbabies on the way, and so one of them is a baby blanket. But I'm working on the love note. I want to finish it because it was for my daughter-in-law, and we were out there in May to visit in Wisconsin, and she just found out she was expecting. So was going to give this to her for Christmas, but I thought then she's not going to be able to wear it. So I've been, I got the hem done, and I'm just starting on the first sleeve. I did a split ribbed hem so that she can stretch a little bit, stretch it out a little. It was highly unexpected. They're both in their 40s, but we are all very excited for them. And then my local yarn store was doing a summer thing, like one project a month over the summer months. And so they're doing kind of a take on a bake off, like the Great British Baking Show. So each month they have an assignment, and this month, June, is something relating to bread. So it has to have either the color of the yarn or the project name or something to do with bread. And next month it's going to be biscuits or cookies. So I'm doing this, my very first brioche. I'm doing a cowl for my daughter for Christmas. First ever. It's
Oh,
been a
very nice.
it's been fun, but interesting challenge. And then I got I'm gonna do a hat for my granddaughter in this beautiful Malabrigo that I found. She loves purple, and I'm looking forward to that. It's called Sugar Cookies Hat.
Oh, nice.
And I'm also working on a new Dog Star sweater for my granddaughter who is 2. So I'm doing a little baby one, and I'm just about ready to start
Oh my gosh.
start on the color work, and I'm going to do the color work in this teal.
That'd
Oh.
be beautiful.
So
Very
it's
nice.
both acrylics because I can't expect my daughter to do wool, but so I'm hoping it'll hold together pretty well. But anyway, those are my, and I'd love to show you my one big project.
Yeah.
We live near Estes Park. I'm in Colorado, and every year they have a Scott Fest in Estes Park in September. So I had been wanting to make a Fair Isle sweater, and I had been looking at different patterns. I couldn't really find one I liked. I found a base pattern I could use, and then I picked the motifs and kind of put it all together. And I just got my color work all done. So I'm starting on the body, and I'm trying to match.
So you original designed with your motifs. I love that.
Sort of, yeah. I picked the ones I wanted and kind of put them in order. And I have a wool throw that I got when I was in Scotland, and it has colors of like eggplant and oranges or coral and sage. So I was trying to kind of get the feel of those colors.
Wow.
Well, maybe if I just hold it.
Oh, wow.
you can't even see it. It's still curling. And
Fantastic.
just
Oh,
finished.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So,
stunning.
and I'm using Jameson and Smith, so it's real wool. Pulled
Yeah.
it out and thought, oh, this doesn't feel like the nice soft rolls I get, but it felt like Scotland. And then this is a Mode by Rowan for the
Nice.
background. So anyway,
Beautiful.
Stunning.
Absolutely stunning, Donna.
yeah, I'm hoping to get that one done by September so I can wear it to the Scott Fest. But lots of other projects to do too. So.
Well, you have quite a long list of, yeah, I would say that's a lot on the plate for knitting, but kudos to you. And I will say, little side note about the Jamesons. So we have that yarn, we have the Spindrift.
Uh-huh.
It's lovely. Haven't knitted with it yet, but one of our local goats is making a vest for her husband.
Mhm.
And we're calling it the Goldilocks vest because it's this beautiful colorwork vest, but she started to get up into the body, and she's an assiduous swatcher. She is serious about it. So it's not like she didn't do her swatching. She did, but
Yeah.
knit the first knit, 6 inches or so in, and it was too small. She could already tell. Took it out, knit the next one, too big. Like
Oh,
she
no.
could have gotten into it with her husband. They could have both been standing in it. And then, so we're hoping the third time is the charm, and third time will be Goldilocks just right. But he had blocked, so she was using the Spindrift and she'd blocked it. I could not believe how gorgeous that yarn softened up. I was really pleasantly surprised. It felt so good. So hopefully the same will be true for
Yeah.
you when you work yours.
Yeah, I was hoping so too. I've got the jumper weight, and I doubled it because it was smaller than the Rowan. So, but yeah, I'm hoping so too. I did a swatch of it, but maybe I did not use those colors. I don't know what happened to it because I'm sure I checked it, but I've been able to try the sweater on and it's fitting just right now. So, but yeah, that's good to know.
I'm actually reading a book that a woman named Adrienne Martini wrote like 10 years ago on her quest to make an Alice Starmore Fair Isle sweater. And she talks all about the Spindrift yarn and how she had to swatch it and swatch it and swatch it to come out to make it her size. So because she was trying to make an authentic Alice Starmore Fair Isle sweater, and she went to many lengths to get the right colors, the whole 9 yards. And she swatched and she swatched and she swatched, and when she got finished the sweater did not fit, even though she swatched the hell out of it. And that was just so heartbreaking. But the end result was that she was so happy that she took the journey on the Fair Isle, that was it for her. She wanted to make an Alice Starmore, and those things are pretty delicate and detailed to make. Yeah. And she used the Jameson, and and she swatched the hell out of it, and she still couldn't get it to come out right.
I probably go try to find my swatch. I wonder if I should just go ahead and wash and block it now before I do the rest of the body. If that's the case. I mean, it's fitting me now. Does it bloom a lot? It just got too big, or what happened?
She went up needle sizes, she went down needle sizes, and it was just all over the place, just like what Iris was saying.
Well, okay, I'll be prepared.
So we're just preparing you. We're not discouraging you. We're just giving you information.
Reality.
Just information.
Thank you. So I think that's most of what I have. I may have to slip out a little early, but it's really nice to see you all again.
Yeah, great to have you back.
I'll go.
I can show my my car bath sweater that we discussed that I was going to take apart.
Yes.
And I did that.
Yes.
And I'm just starting. It's really hard to see, but you can see that I took off probably about I don't know, all the ribbing and maybe 2 inches additionally.
Wow.
Also had to take off the entire button band, which didn't come off real well. As you can see, we've got a few issues up here on the collar
Okay.
because the collar is doubled. And when
Right.
I got to this part, it didn't come off very easily, but we'll fix that. So I'm starting with the part that's obvious.
Okay.
So far, so good. It's not making a line or anything. So that's a good thing.
Great.
So hopefully it's gonna go back together. So I've got to make it as long as I want, put the ribbing back on, and then start with the button bands.
Awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
This is a good project. This is
I think so. And it's nice to have support in case I need it. Like
Yeah.
that really helpful video that you sent, Iris, which was certainly very helpful.
great.
I will just mention this is bulky yarn and it's, I don't know, like close to 90 degrees. Not the smartest time to be knitting on this, but whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Do you have a
Yes.
fan or some AC you can get in
I
front of?
do not have AC. I do have a fan.
Okay.
It's supposed to get a little cooler tomorrow, so that's good.
And then guess what? We get rain on Saturday.
Yeah,
again.
yay.
For a change.
We got one Saturday. Last Saturday was nice, and now it's
One
going to rain
rain-
again.
Yep, one rain-free Saturday. Oh my gosh. But
It's
I'm
crazy.
yeah. Somebody in the shop was laughing at us because they were visiting like from Missouri or something. And it was yesterday and they were like, yeah, we understand that you all are having you're a heat advisory and you've got this heat index. And I told my friend back home and they're like, well, it's 107 here or something. Like nobody's given me any advisories. We're just such little like hot weather wilting flowers in Maine.
Yeah.
So yeah, Necie, you look like you were affirming that.
Yes,
Yes. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
our actual temperature is 100 and our feels like is well over with high humidity.
Ugh.
It's smeltering.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Mainers we just don't do really hot very well at all.
Yeah.
We
I
we
hate
all
it.
get very cranky about it. I have to say.
Everyone here
I'm-
does too.
Yeah, I'm in Philadelphia. We're really cranky right now.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm very-
100,
I'm
feels like
cranky in
110.
Mid-Hudson Valley is too.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can't go outside for recess because it's too hot. So we've had kids in hot classrooms instead.
Oh.
You're still in school?
Oh yeah, we're kids till tomorrow. My last day is Friday.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah,
boy.
We had our third grade classrooms were coming in at 94 degrees, 91 degrees, and I think the other one might have been a 94 also. So they finally moved them to our library where there's some air conditioning, but there's not, the whole building's not air conditioned. So
I mean, that's the challenge with these schools in the north because we haven't had to have AC and but I think we can all agree the summers are getting hotter.
yeah.
I went to
They are.
Vermont and I am sitting with no air conditioning. I'm missing my condo with my air conditioning. I am sitting in this bedroom with 2 fans on me. There are 2 fans in the other bedroom where we sleep, and there's another fan downstairs. And I'm just praying that I don't have an asthma attack with all the heat.
Mm.
And it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's see, Eileen, were you ready to share?
I am. Thank you.
Okay.
So the 2 projects I talked about last week one was this sweater I've been working on forever, or not working on forever, I should say, for my husband. So I did complete 8 rows. So excited. And I
Yay.
measured it. So I need another 2.5 inches before I can do the cutout for the sleeves. So Thank you.
Yay.
Okay.
Rose, we will celebrate that because
We'll
that is
celebrate that for sure because it's 100 degrees here. And then I've got this too. These are not the two best things.
You know,
But I
Eileen,
did-
have you considered casting on for a small project right now?
I
I know
did.
that's sort of like,
I did. I know you said not to, but I did.
no, I think I'm right behind you with that. It's a great
Yeah.
decision.
So I did finish the 8th row and started the 9th. So
Beautiful.
that's moving along. And I did
Love the colors on that.
actually finish something called Edie's shawl.
Can you say the name again, Eileen?
Edie's.
Edie.
Iris.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, I finished this.
That's pretty.
Pretty.
I did it in Pima cotton,
Mm.
and it feels really nice. And then the small project was the grid gambit.
Oh, right. Yes.
That I
like the
cast
colors.
on because I had some doctor's appointments that were going to be a while. So this I could carry with me.
Yes.
And this is on the round
Mm.
yarn. It's the worsted,
Nice.
the narwhal and the anemone, I think it is.
Beautiful.
Anyway, it's really, really, I like it. So thank you for that idea.
Yay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. Would you be willing to put the link to the shawl that you just finished in our little chat here?
Sure.
Or even just type in the name for me and I can look it up later and
Okay.
that would be
Yeah.
great.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Did I see another hand before we hopped into Eileen? Sometimes I get lost on the squares. Oh, Necie.
I have finished several things since last week. The scarf that I was finishing that my friend had given up on, I got it finished.
Nice.
Mm.
And
Nice.
she thinks it's juniper moon yarn.
Okay. Cool.
And then I did a Sophie shawl.
Oh,
Pretty.
really
Which
fun.
is, it's way too hot to wear it the correct way, so it'll have to be more like this.
Yep, I love the
For now.
colors.
Nice bright colors.
Yeah.
Yes, I love them. That was more yarn given to me by my friend that I'm finishing things for. And this was all Liberty wool.
Hmm.
And it blocks really soft. Feels really good. And then this, I only needed one sleeve. I probably can't get this all in the camera. It only needed one more
that.
sleeve. And so I got that done.
Very
So I
nice.
got the other sleeve on there and got that finished.
Beautiful.
If we get a winner.
Wow, so pretty.
Oh, and I have my hat from the kit that my friends brought back from Iceland.
Nice.
Pretty.
I got it done.
Nice.
And then I made a hat to go with the shawl that was my friend's
Oh,
out of
my
leftover
God.
yarns from the shawl.
Wow. You are
So
on
my pile
fire.
is going down. So now I can start getting into some of the things that I have stacked to do.
Amazing. Wow. Congrats. Congrats. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can give you like the congratulations emoji again. Woo! That's great. So wonderful. So let's see, that makes 5 finished objects. Great. Thank you. So good. And Vickie. Hi, Vickie.
Hi. I've put the Velocore down for a little bit. I will get back to it. I just had to leave that for a while. And I am busy weaving in ends on the Schoodic Bay.
Oof.
Almost done with that. And then I didn't show you this one last week because it was upstairs, but this is, it's really big. Casapinka's powder wrap.
Ooh.
And let's see if I can, I'll get it off the needles. So I'm now in the
That's
cable
That's
part.
so pretty.
So, and it
Oh,
just
wow.
it was on and on and on forever.
Wow.
That's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Down to the skinny end.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Wow.
I wanted one that when you actually put it around you, it covered you. You know how sometimes you see these little tiny models and they have a shawl, but when you make it, it's really a scarf.
Yeah. Yep.
So this one, it's supposed to be made with fingering yarn, I think, but it was suggested to use a bulky yarn and bigger needles. And so that's what I'm doing. And I think this winter this is going to be on my couch all the time. to wrap
Nice.
up in. So
Will you hold it up one more time? Because it was just so pretty.
sure, make sure it's on the right side.
Hmm.
And what yarn are you using?
It's called Loops Luxe, and I don't think you could get it anymore, but it's from the old Loops store, and they're the people that do Knit Stars.
Mm-hmm.
And she closed her store, and I got the yarn on discount when she was closing everything out. And I don't remember what the fiber is, but it might be acrylic. I'm not sure. It's probably a blend of something with acrylic. And then I got my last little piece of yarn woven in on my grid gambit. So it's done. Yeah. And I'm trying to get this done because when I come to Maine in July, I don't want to pack it because it's so big. So I hope I can get it done, and then I can put the Velocore in my suitcase because it's not quite so big.
Is
So that's
is the end of that like a trapezoid, or is it like the real tapered?
it's-
Oh, so it is real tapered. Yeah. The only problem I have when I make them big are those tails get so skinny.
yeah, this is
Yeah, when
very
you go to put them on, they're always kind of like an octopus. Like, what do I do with this?
yeah. That was so long ago, I don't even remember, but I guess that's where I started.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I was muted because the dog got out a squeaky toy for a minute, but I think she's moved on now. But that looks like it's so much fun because of all those different textures. You know, you're never getting bored.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Anybody else wanna? Mary Ellen. Hi, Mary Ellen.
I'm working on, I've made progress on my hipster.
Great.
I'm kind of in the middle of a row, but it's getting bigger.
Ooh,
Pretty.
Nice.
Color.
And
so pretty.
I'm down to the toe of the second sock,
Yay.
so that's good. And the baby that I made the love note for was born, and it was a girl.
Oh,
They didn't know what it was going to be, so I'm happy it was a girl.
aw, that's so great. What are those pretty flowers behind you?
Oh, they're just they're not real.
They look great on your Zoom.
They're in they're
Awesome.
like from Michael's.
Okay, well, fantastic. Makes for a good Zoom element.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, thanks for the update and good work getting your progress made.
I can go.
Yeah, Mary. Oh, no, who said that?
It was Mary. Mary was waving.
Okay. I saw Mary's wave and then I heard somebody else's voice. I was like, what? Okay.
I actually finished that bright side shawl I was working on. and I have a picture of Karen wearing it. But you can't see her face because that was the deal.
I was just the model.
Yeah. Can I share that, Iris?
Yeah, I
okay.
think
Let me
everybody.
see. Let me see.
It turned out really nice.
Aw.
Really pretty.
Let's see what I can share. I'll show you a close up too.
Whoa.
Okay. Does that come through? Does it come through?
It's coming.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
there's that. And I took 2 angles. So it was really fun. So, and that just the close up of, because like I said, when you had the color burst, you just did, you know, instead of pearl, you knit, or knit instead of pearl, whatever. So that was really fun. And now I got to figure out how to stop the share. Oh, there.
That is beautiful. I love seeing the close up too.
So, thanks. And what I'm working on is who shared when we did Socktober the indoorsy sock pattern? Who had shared that? Was that Mary Ellen or Pat or somebody? Do you remember? The one with the fuzzies.
The one with the fuzzies. I am having trouble. Say the name of the pattern again.
Indoorsy. Like to wear indoor, your indoor socks.
The indoorsy sock. That's
Who's,
right.
Do you remember whose that was?
Was it Jill? Jill?
It might have been Jill.
Oh, okay. I was
She's not
thinking
on that
it wasn't you,
often.
Mary Ellen, right?
No.
Okay. I was thinking it was you or Pat maybe, but anyway, this is the second pair I'm making. I was making a pair for myself, and I got that lovely, I had a Wonderland yarn, and I bought this amazing a Malabrigo mohair from the shop.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun and soft. And I was making them, and a friend of mine said, oh, she really liked them. And I said, well, I don't have a sock on deck, so what would you like? And she said she would like a really bright color pair of socks. So I went home and I said, you have to be careful what you ask for in my stash, because I found this.
Wow.
Well,
Super
that
bright.
fits the bill.
I know.
I love it.
And then I found purple mohair
Oh,
to go with them.
Oh, great.
And it's like cotton candy, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's just really fun. So I'm on the second one. So getting through that's great. And then the other piece I started a few weeks ago, I'm working on is this Samantha Guerin. It's one of her shawls, and there's just not a ton of contrast between these 2 yarns, but I think it's going to be a very subtle but sort of more elegant than most things I do, because I just really like bright stuff. So anyway, that's on the needles. So
Love
that's what I'm up to.
I also just like love the idea of how the indoorsy sock is gonna feel and look, and with that bright pink and the fluffy.
Yeah. And she said, you know, it is to wear to bed. That's the only thing she wants it for, right? And
Nice.
And so it's just like I went out and I had some yellow mohair in a stash from a while ago, and I bought that the vintage hand painted one, Iris.
Oh, yeah.
The sock yarn.
Yep.
So that'll get started after I finish this one.
And so you must have gotten that like yellow greeny one.
Yeah, with the like blues and creams and stuff. So
Yeah,
I don't know. The mohair I have is older. Like it might have been my grandma's stash that I inherited. I don't know. It's a funky mohair, but it's yellow. So I don't know how it's going to knit up, but it will be fine. So, but
That's
thanks.
awesome. Yay. You've got your hand raised. Let's hear from you.
Hi. So I'm finishing up. I have a couple of second sock issues. So I did finish one. This is the sock. So I've got a pair now. And
I love it.
And then this is the other one. This is one, and then I'm like onto almost down, getting down to the toes. So that should be finished. I'm hopefully in the next week. And then I'm almost done with my, although it's, in this weather, it's hard to, even though I don't have much left, my Schoodic Bay.
Yeah.
So like I'm down to one more sleeve, but so that's, I definitely want to finish that.
Pretty.
And so after I get the sock and the Schoodic Bay done, then I picked this back up. I've been doing it off and on. I was doing the pressed flowers cardigan.
Oh yeah.
So I want to see, like, see how much I can try to get done on that. I mean, I have a couple other little projects. Because I'm one of those that, like, I'll do something for a while and then I got to switch it up to, keep it interesting, or depending on like where I'm going. But yeah, I mean, if I can get another pair of socks, if I can get the Schoodic Bay, I'll be really happy with those. And then keep working on that pressed flowers cardigan and see how much I can get done in the next couple of months. So
perfect.
Yeah.
And was that a summery sock pattern?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I really like it a lot. It's got a really interesting, I don't know if you can see the pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the texture on it. And then the yarn was a set. So it had the white and the blue were smaller balls, and then the greenish color from Hello Stella up in Canada. She's I can't remember. I think she's out of Toronto. So yeah, I really like. I have to figure out. I have to start buying plain color yarn. Because no, I tend to buy a lot of variegated stuff, but like for some of the socks with the patterns, they just, like something like this just looks so much better, in a solid color. So I have to start looking at like just buying some solid colors.
Have you tried the vintage sock yet? Just the vintage sock solids?
No, I haven't. I have to look at it because there's some other things I want to try, like some more color work things, but on a smaller scale. So, like having like different colors will really help. Like sort of like buy out colors and then.
Yep. Yeah, it's a nice price point, and I really like, it feels very soft, but has a sturdy content. And of course, like there's a cream color that I think we're sold out of because it might be back ordered, but it's a great cream, like has that just nice, almost a vintage look, which I think would be really fun with color work.
Yeah. And then I don't have a printer at home. And my library is moving because they're relocating. So I created my own little project graph here of the things I wanted to work on. And
nice.
Yeah, I guess I had some graph paper. So, but what I started doing is I find that when I start new projects, and I'm looking for a needle, I tend to pull it out of another project, and then I can't remember what needle I used.
I know that one.
Yeah, so on this I have one, like my notes, like what size, because sometimes like in Knit Companion I'll put the size, but I might not put, like if I had to go up or down because of gauge, I may not put the needle on. So on here I have like what size needle I use. So especially those 4s and 5s, I tend to keep transferring them between projects. So I'm trying to get better at that. So even if I come along an old project, I know how to start it back up.
So smart.
Well, We'll see if I'll probably lose paper. We'll see how it goes.
Let's see. I think I see Lynn's hand raised, and then we'll get back to Teresa C. Okay.
So it's a bit of a bittersweet project I finished. It's a baby blanket.
Beautiful.
Yep. And it's not
What's
my
it?
project. It was my mom's. And she passed 7.5 years ago, and I've been working through her yarn stash, trying to figure out what to do. And this was still on needles, and the pattern was with it, thankfully.
Yeah.
And I finished that. I'm not sure. I have a lot of stash yarn, and I think one of the Teresas said she was going to be doing that kind of stuff, and I feel like that's probably what I will work on next, is getting rid of some stash yarn, whether it's my mom's stash yarn or mine. I'm not really sure. This baby blanket doesn't really have a home. I think I'm gonna donate it to the local church in town that has a Christmas fair raffle in December. So
That's a lovely idea.
That is
yeah, I think so. I have a whole trunk full of my mom's and my grandmother's and my great grandmother's stuff, and I've been trying to hand those things off as time goes on. So
Well, that's really sweet.
It is.
Yeah. Congrats on that baby blanket, that bittersweet.
thanks.
Okay,
Thanks. I'm happy I was able to finish it. So
And we'll look forward, maybe next time you'll have something from your stash cast on and we can see what
that's the plan.
We'll stay
at least
tuned.
tomorrow. I feel bad I'm not able to come most Wednesdays. I have a lot of other community things I do and scout things. So, but here's the thing, the next meeting I won't probably sign on because I will be at Camden camping, and I'll be at the goat.
Nice.
Yeah, because
you
my
could go to
husband and I are coming in for the North Atlantic Blues Festival. So
that's awesome.
yeah.
I was about to say, if you wanted to come to Wednesday night knitting live at the goat, it's 4 to 7, and you could be with some local goats. And I'm usually not there because I'm here online. So, but it's a
well,
great
maybe if our campsite is set and we get there in time. Sounds great. Yep.
Cool. And of course, you could come and have an ice cream next door if you're sweaty from
Yes, that ice cream
sitting.
next door is amazing.
Little dangerous.
Yes.
Yep, but yummy.
Totally yummy. And so worth it in the summer. Teresa C, how's it going for you?
Good. I think I showed the baby sweater last time. I just didn't have the buttons on it.
Yeah.
And I still don't have the buttons, but I did get some feedback. So the buttons are going on tonight because I have to give it tomorrow.
Oh, so sweet.
So that's the little.
Nobody else does that.
I do it all the time. So, and the shower was actually last week. So that happens.
It happens.
Right.
But then I had done the Sebasco.
Yeah.
I had started that, I think, last year, and it is done. Well, it has to go one more block, and then I have to cut off the ends, but it turned out quite nicely.
That's beautiful.
And it's going to fit my mom, so I'm happy about that too.
Yay.
So
nice.
That worked out nicely.
It's awesome.
And it feels wonderful. I was surprised after I blocked it. It's American U yarn.
Okay.
A woman, she has a store up in Gilderlands, Slingerlands, up near Albany. And it's sea wool, and she does this. It's American U, and it's everything sourced in the United States, and it just has a really nice little squishy feel to it. She has a bunch of different, and there's different weights of it. and all that. So that's
Is it a
pretty
little
cool.
bit, is it a little bit tweedy? I can't.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has a tweed to it.
Nice.
So that's the part that's not 100% wool, but
Okay, yep.
the rest of it's 100% wool, and it's so soft and squishy after the block.
Nice.
So that was nice. And then I had to cast on something for myself. So I found this top.
Ooh.
And I
Is
had
that a new pattern release?
You know, I think it might be. I think it might be.
I think I saw somebody on YouTube who was like reviewing new releases.
Yeah.
So pretty.
I have I cast on this weekend, and this was because it's just stockinette right now, so it's real easy. I can do that without thinking, and that's been helpful this week.
I bet.
I'm using this Moon Shadow. I think it's a Plymouth yarn.
Okay.
And the color is Key Lime Moon. And it's alpaca cotton.
Nice.
Yeah, it's real soft. I bought this at Yarn Shop last spring. We were up in New Hampshire, and I went to a yarn shop called Charlotte's Web.
Aw.
And that was, I think I shared last year this, but the woman who opened the shop got permission from E.B. White to call it Charlotte's Web.
So cool.
And they had the letter that he had signed saying that it was okay.
Wow.
But then when they sold the shop, they couldn't find the letter.
Oh,
I thought that was so cool. So
oh wow. That's
but then
awesome.
since I finished this, I have a sweater that I've been working on for my husband that I'll pick that one up. That'll take the place of this one. Because I have to do like 3 different kinds of things with different size needles. I watched the podcast last night, Iris.
Yeah.
And you were talking about switching between the different size needles is better for your hands. Totally works for me that way too. So if I stay on one too long, my hands get sore.
Yep, definitely.
Can't have that.
Can't have that.
Can't knit.
Gotta take care of our hands.
That's right. So that's where I'm at.
Yay. Well, Jamie, can I call on you?
Sure. Yeah. I just actually finished something.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Today was much better than yesterday. I just had foot surgery, which is why I'm going to be here this summer because I can't actually go anywhere. So, but it's a good time to finish stuff. So, I have had this Grain Shawl.
Okay.
And it's by, it's a freebie by Tin Can Knits. And this is like, when I first started knitting, I bought all this alpaca yarn that I loved. And I think it's Viento by Plymouth. And I had all these little odds and ends of it. And so I just put it together in any random order. I think it's like blue, white, gray, and a darker purpley blue. So, and it literally is just garter stitch with a little yarn over every once in a while. So I literally just finished that.
Yay, completed. Woo. Oh, let me get my congratulations emoji.
Yeah, come on, yeah. And then, okay, and then this is my latest bitty brioche that I'm just laughing. I had foot surgery this week, and this was a very sticky, beautiful yarn, but I don't know what happened. It has 2 brioche. Somewhere I got off, and I have 2 brioche sections together, and so then I was like, well, I'll just do 2 garter stitch sections together. And the bind off is pretty wonky, and I'm finding a lot of drop stitches. Someday when I have a little bit more brain cells to go together, I will. I'm not going to undo it because the yarn is very sticky.
Yeah,
it's the what is that new cashmere yarn that you guys have that's like a cloud?
Right, is it Roma? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's so sweet, but it is very slippery but sticky at the same time. It's kind of like mohair. Like once you stitch it,
not getting it out.
So So I just kept going. So that's why in a normal world, I would have ripped it out and done it right, but I just couldn't do it. And then somehow my numbers weren't on at all. So anyway, it took the whole skein, and it's going to be pretty and
Beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous.
Jamie's
Jamie's
gorgeous.
Nice and warm.
She's
It's
one of the
nice and-
test knitters for that pattern, and this is your third.
That's my third one, and they're so fun. They're so fun. So, and I weighed them. So this took pretty much, and I put this in my notes in Ravelry. I need to add a picture, but this took the whole skein.
Okay.
With the caveat being that I don't know what happened, but it shouldn't have taken the whole skein. And there you go. And then another one took 50 grams exactly.
Okay.
I think the other one I have to still weigh, but it's a little less than 50 grams. The pattern I just finished is Iris's Bitty Brioche bandana, and it's so sweet. And it just goes with everything.
Next Friday on 4th of July. All my testers are wrapping up, and there will be a little discount over the weekend if people want to try it out.
Yay. It's a nice little stash buster. So if anybody's got like little odds and ends of stuff, one of them I used my leftover yarn from my love note. So when it was garter, I held it double with mohair, and when it wasn't, when it was the brioche for my sanity, I just did one single skein or whatever that is. Anyway, so it's a nice little stash buster. So yeah. So hopefully I have some more brain cells in the next couple of days, because I have a couple projects I'd like to get going, but they involve counting, and that's just not happening right now.
Maybe not yet. Maybe that'll
Maybe not yet.
Be like a next week thing
Next
or
week.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I'm so glad that you joined us tonight. And I'm
Me
glad
too.
that you're doing a little better and that it all went well.
It did.
Good. Well, I am casting off for my love note sleeve right here. And I do have a second sleeve, but hey, at least I made it through this first one. And because I've been making all these bitty brioches getting ready for this pattern release. So I have one that is going to be a shop sample that, is in the plush single by On the Round, which I've done one other in that as well. And sorry about the dog. Let me just take the thing away from her.
We don't hear it.
Don't hear it at all.
Don't hear, no.
She had one of her little chewy things that she likes to then toss around when she's feeling playful. Very loud. So this is in Rebel by Rachel of On the Round. So it's a little washed out here, but it's sort of creamy. It's a lighter version of Rebel. Some of the more recent ones have a little more green, but this feels very springy. And I thought a lighter color might be nice for a shop sample because people could really see what's going on. And I have, if you watched the podcast, you already saw this, but I did finish my Larch Peds by Laura Nelkin. So they have this fun little soft behind your heel business. So you start there and you do short rows, and it's kind of a little bit fiddly at the beginning, but really feels good. And so I have those for when I feel like wearing socks again. Maybe Saturday, who knows?
Right?
So she just came out, I think it just came out. Was that toe up or cuff down?
This was cuffed down. And did she just come out with one?
She just came up with the toe up because I favored it and was gonna pick it up.
It's a good pattern and really comfortable.
And she's got until July 7th, she's got a 25% off coupon for them. So yeah, I was thinking of picking that up, and I like it. I like the thing around the arch where it comes in.
Yeah,
that texture. Yeah.
Yes, I used that off of a different sock pattern that I had, and then as soon as like I was almost done with that first sock, my friend was like, "Hey, did you see that she just had a pattern update to do that thing that you did on your sock?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Is that just a rib stitch or is that a different, is it?
Yeah, I just did a through the it was a I think I had it in there was a sock set of like 4 designs, and one of them was like called like hiking sock, and it was like a I did knit through the back loop, so it would be just a bit firmer as a rib. And yeah, so I will actually I think I would like to try the toe up version of that pattern. So that's a good heads up about the sale, Beth. Thank you. Jenny, hi Jenny.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hot.
New Jersey, really, 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 really warm. So yeah, like don't go out of the house warm type of thing. So let's see. I got to the point of blocking the
Oh, wow.
oak. Jennifer Shields, seashore stroll. There, I got it right. So you take it off at this point and block it, which it's just been laying on the dining room table. I'm not getting into the wet blocking yet. And like you said, pick up a small project. So I am kind of designing, stealing from somebody's pattern, but this is going to be a stroller blanket.
Nice.
Have buttonholes in it so that they can put the stroller straps through it. No, excuse me, car seat.
Okay.
Because apparently you're not allowed to take your children out of snowsuits. So they need these blankets. So anyway, what I did was, this is called, I don't know if you can see it, the Hugs and Kisses cable.
Aw.
Right there. I don't know, it's just, I'm just about just about to get the top of the X. And then down here, this one is called like a 2-stitch something or other, but when I looked at it, it looked like tiny little hearts. I don't know if it shows.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Totally.
the girl next door. Her baby's due in October. And if that works, then we will make others for the 2 other baby boys that are coming into my life in this year. Boys, boys, and boys, no girls. No.
Sweet.
Yeah, so this is only going to be like 17 by 30, you know? So that'll be not, and that when I pick up the one that's in crocus, you know, it's then going to be knitting the sweater, the body of the sweater. I'm like, we're going to put this aside for a little bit till it stops being, feels like 103 in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the color for that yoke sweater though, too. That's super pretty.
Oh, yeah, the color is crocus. So yeah.
Nice.
Like blue. Can you tell?
Perfect.
My mother used to say like any color as long as it's blue.
That's
I haven't sewn the buttons on the big sweater yet, and I haven't put a face on that poor little bear, but we will get there. That could be this
there.
A friend also gave me a baby blanket that she did that I swear to you is the size of the top of a queen size bed. And she said, "Oh, could you block this for me?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." Well, yeah, okay. No, not right now. She didn't leave in any of the ends. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks. But when I do things like that, she takes me out to dinner, so it's a fair trade.
There you go.
That works.
Yeah, it does. So those are sitting across the living room from me, like staring at me, like, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me.
We're still here.
Yeah, we're waiting. So
well, that is amazing. I'm just looking at my cast off here, and like I swear to God, I'm even on my big needle, and I feel like this is gonna be too snug, but I'll reserve judgment.
I saw a cool cast off today, which actually I used the complimentary cast on. You use a crochet hook to cast them on. So it's kind of like a knitted cast on. think I'm doing this right. No, wait. It's in this.
Interesting.
Wait, sorry, gotta do the last stitch on this row. But, the edging comes out very.
You gotta go up a little bit.
Yeah, up a little higher.
There you go.
So
Oh,
you get that very nice,
yeah.
and the complementary cast off is the same way. So since the pattern that I'm stealing from had like slip the first stitch on each side, I thought it would make a nice
Oh,
continue.
yeah,
So
that would be great.
yeah, it's
Well,
very loose too.
well, yeah, and you have, yeah, it will give it some firmness, especially with like the cables where everything is stretchy. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And this is Haiku Simply Worsted. And it's, can't remember the color. Number 27, I think, or something like that.
Well, we're at just a little bit past 6. I wanted to just let you folks know a couple things. One is if you have any interest in doing the color theory class virtually this Saturday on Zoom, that is happening. And you can register online. And just made a list for our annual sunset sale on the schooner Olad, and that's going to be August 16th, sailing out of Camden Harbor. You know, you never know when a remote goat might be in the neighborhood, so just putting it out there to you guys. It's a 6 to 8 p.m. There's limited seats, and so just always a great group, and always just such a relaxing evening. And really doesn't matter like if there's much wind, because the little schooner just will float along so gently, and it's always a really fun evening. So just putting that out there. There'll be a little email on Saturday with all the details, but if you wanted to hop on it, it's already live. So
And when is it again?
it's August 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. And we always do like a little special shopping hours with a discount at the shop. So like, I think you come in like maybe about a half an hour before the boarding, and there's a little discount, and we get to like chat with each other about like, you know, what did you bring for snacks? What are you wearing that's knitted? You know, all of those things. Because of course it's always cooler on the water. So it's a good chance to break out some good knits. So yeah. Well, another fun Wednesday with you folks. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And I will see you. I think it's the 9th. Is that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
How is it possible July 9th is 2 weeks away? How is that? Really?
I was sort of shocked that it was going to be July next week. And
Yes.
then,
Yes.
wow.
Teresa, when you were saying that you guys are almost out of school,
Yes,
I saw a Walmart ad today
for back to school.
promoting back to school. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
kids in the Northeast are like, are you kidding me?
Hold off, just
we
a
have a
little
week?
bit.
Could we have a week away from school?
Just a bit.
That
Oh,
seems, that
gosh.
seems cruel and unusual, actually, to have to.
Yeah, but they've been out, the kids down south have been out since May. So
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
they're getting ready to go back in August, right? Oh my
Yeah, and they're back in August, and when, you know, August is the dog days here, so I wouldn't want to be back at work in August. I really wouldn't. So, you know, it's kind of nice because then you don't have as many people at some of the places that are, you know, that not resorts, but where you want to go and enjoy. Like the end of August isn't as busy because
Right.
people are back at school, so
Yeah.
you don't have all those, you know, it's a little bit easier to go away for the last couple weeks before I go back to work. So
that's
Yeah.
true.
yeah. But stay cool, everybody.
All right. Have a good
Nice
4th of
meeting you.
July.
Thanks, Iris.
Yes, happy
happy
4th.
See you
Fourth.
guys
See you next
soon.
time.
Thank
Happy
you.
knitting.
Thanks. Happy
Bye.
knitting. Bye.
Bye.